So, Jeff, did you Padooty today?
I Padooty twice, actually. Yeah.
Good for you. Welcome, everybody, to Mondo Freako. I'm glad you Padooty twice today. That's very good. Good for your health.
Yeah, you got to keep it going.
We're going to talk today to Jeff Revilla, or I like to say Jeff Revilla.
The San Francisco treat.
From Padooty, and he is going to be our guest. And would you like to know what we're going to talk about today, Jeff? You're not going to believe it, I don't think.
I'm not going to believe it, but I'm ready to hear it.
Okay. We're going to talk about the Travis Walton abduction case.
Interesting.
Are you a fan of UFOs or UAPs or any of that business or any of the U's?
I do. I'm a big fan of all the U's. Western PA has some great history. We have a place called Kecksburg, which is a UFO.
I have been there.
Yeah. So Western PA, we got Bigfoot and UFOs.
Yes, the wood booger.
Yeah.
I have been to Kecksburg, and behind the volunteer fire department is the ship that supposedly crashed in the woods.
They have it.
The Acorn, right?
Yeah, the Acorn, that's right.
I pulled in there and took pictures of the Acorn at one point in time. Yeah. I love Kecksburg. We should have done Kecksburg. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, what do you know? You would have thought that maybe I would be on to you, and I would have studied that, and that's what I'm waiting for this show to be about.
Mm-hmm. Well, Travis Walton was from I think Scottsdale, Arizona, so other end of the world, really.
I know nothing about Scottsdale
compared to Kecksburg. So typically, first of all, let's get the plugs in here because we have to, and I wish that I would have had this ready, but I just realized I don't.
Well, you're contractually obligated.
Yeah,
to do these
I want to talk about Padooty.com, right? So this is Jeff's got a program, or it's more than a program; it's a whole network.
Well, it's a theater space, a physical space.
Oh, right, that's right. It's brick and mortar and virtual.
Yeah, we do it all. We're a one-stop shop. You could actually take an Uber, come out into the theater, do your show, call your Uber while you're still on stage, get out of there, and I'll zell you the money that I owe you for doing the performance. So it's an easy turnkey way to produce a podcast, and you can do a live audience or a virtual audience.
Or both.
Do them all. Yeah, do them all. That's our tagline.
Do them all. Do them all. Okay. Well, that's an interesting tagline. I will say that. And I believe it's at Padooty on most of the socials, I'm guessing. So
yeah, or if I screwed it up, it could be Padooty Live or Padooty Pods. But mostly, if you do, I'm the only Padooty in the world.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. And so, what would if somebody wanted to do so you are in Torontonian,
correct?
Which is not too far from Pittsburgh.
Yep. Get ready to do your drafts. I think the NFL draft is here, and they've taken over the entire city.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because of that show, The Pit?
Yeah, that's right. It's got McConaughey and Noah Wiley, or they're drafting football players.
Are they really? Oh wow, that's interesting. But so if somebody wanted to utilize the space, or I know you do a show called Padooty in the News, which I was on. How would they get a hold of you?
Yeah, Padooty.com, PODUTY.com. It's a lot of fun. Handshake deals. If you either like working with me or you don't, and if you don't, we don't do it again. But if you do, we'll do some more gigs together.
That's funny. You either like it, you don't.
Yeah, hey,
there's no in between.
Yeah, you're gonna like it.
Is there a Pittsburgh accent? Do you have a Pittsburgh type accent?
I don't know if I do. I people say I do. Like I if you can't hear it, then I don't know if it is. But yins go downtown there and that. Like it sounds weird when I try to do it.
You just go downtown there and that.
Yeah.
Huh. It's because I would think that, so like I live in St. Louis, and so there's two major cities in Missouri, St. Louis and Kansas City, and we sound exactly the same. But over there, you have Philadelphia and Pittsburgh are two major cities, right? And they're on either end of the state, kind of like here. But you guys have different accents, don't you?
Yeah, different accents, different sandwiches. It's a big cultural divide.
Oh yeah, what's the I've been to Philadelphia. I had a Philly cheesesteak at what's the one? Pat's.
Were you a Pat's or G? You were a Pat's guy, not a Geno's.
Well, no,
guy.
I had both, but I can remember Pat's.
Yeah, Geno's underwhelming.
Because they're across the corner from each other. We went and we had both, but I think my son, who was very much into this, he likes Pat's, and so Pat's was the winner. But I think we had both.
Yeah,
and I know we had both, but yeah. So what's the equivalent out in Pittsburgh? I mean, you eat a bar of steel? What's the deal?
Yeah, we grew up on just irons, shovels of iron
ore.
You probably see it if you ever watch Monday Night Football or any kind of sports show. They always show this one sandwich from Pittsburgh. It's called a Permanente sandwich. It's the one that has the meats, the cheese, the coleslaw, the French fries, the tomatoes, and two thick slices of like 1 inch Italian bread. It's called a Permanente sandwich. It's about 5 inches tall, and it weighs probably 5 pounds as well. It's a perfect cube. That? Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Primantis. Permanente Bros.
Permanente Bros. Okay, I gotta go. I've heard this, but I don't remember. Let's see if
the next time you're in Kecksburg, I'll buy you a Permante's.
Well, here I'm going to let me see if I can get this over here.
Technology.
And let's see if I can throw it up on the screen here. You see?
Throw it up.
There we go. Does that look like it?
That's a Permanente sandwich. That's it.
Oh, look at that. Permanente sandwich. That's a lot. When you said French fries, I couldn't remember until you said French fries.
Yeah, the French fries and the coleslaw isn't like some coleslaws are like a creamy dressing. This is like a really fine angel hair shredded cabbage tossed with like an oil, or like more like with a vinegar, a little bit of salt, pepper, and sugar.
Apparently, JD Vance got sick on one of these. That's why he keeps showing up in my pictures. I don't know what the hell that's.
I think they got sick of him and they threw him out.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he looks a little oozy in that one picture.
Yeah, it's like, they wouldn't serve him. I'm pretty sure they declined service.
They declined.
Yeah.
So, well, that's good. I'm glad to know, because I was in Kecksburg area. We actually were on the edge of Pittsburgh. We did not go into Pittsburgh proper when I was visiting. Oddly enough, I went there specifically to go to Kecksburg. Not a lot of places to stay in Kecksburg.
No. You really, once you got the photo, you were pretty much done with the town. I'm
pretty
sure.
much, yeah. I don't think there was a place to get lunch, as I recall. They didn't have a sandwich for me. I guess I could have hit up the fire department, but they weren't having the fish fry or anything. So
yeah, like a chili cook-off.
Yeah, chili or anything. It was just like we're here, and then we ended up having to go into the edge of outskirts, I guess, the suburbs of Pittsburgh to stay and so forth. So, well, there's some Paduti up there. That's good. Yeah. Anything else you want to promote before we move on to the next part?
No, I'm afraid to promote anything else. I don't know how much I want to be attached to, depending on what I say in the next half hour. But just remember Paduti.com, and
there we go.
We'll catch up later. Yeah,
there you go. Well, thanks, and everybody should go check it out. It's fantastic, and if you happen to be in the Pittsburgh, in the Torontonian area, you should go to the theater.
Check it out. We do monthly meetups to meet other podcasters, other content creators.
You do a magic show or a comedy show, or maybe just hang out. I don't know. So we talked briefly earlier. So a lot of times what I do is I will tell you the story of the Travis Walton abduction, but I also do a quiz, and I give the guest a choice. Do they want to try to do the quiz first or hear the story first? Because some people are really into these things and, you know, they already know, or they just want to see how they do. What say you, Jeff?
Well, my instinct is you've been a guest on another show I produce as a trivia show. So
Yeah.
I'm a trivia host, which means I know everything. So I should be able to do this quiz beforehand and ace it. That's my prediction.
I know everything. Okay.
I know it all.
Well, then let's head on over to the quiz, shall we?
Let's go for it.
Quiz.
I like how I keep saying quiz. Don't you like that?
You keep talking during the music. I'm like, well, is he?
Yeah,
is he
as if I'm singing that. All right, so yeah, I've got 7 questions here. They start out easy. They get harder as they go along. You know, best out of 7 bragging rights. Okay.
All right.
All about the Travis Walton UFO abduction. So, number 1. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
In what year did the alleged incident involving Travis Walton occur? A, the year disco finally died of exhaustion. B, 1975. C, 1985. Or D, 1999. And I will give you a hint if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. I'll take a hint on this one. I have an idea. Yeah.
Think about the era often associated with the classic sighting culture of the late 20th century.
The classic sighting culture of the late 20th century. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Probably not 1999, just so you know. But
that is that's
about as late as you can get in the 20th century. There.
And I do like disco only really had a 1-year run, so that's probably pretty specific.
Right.
Let's go with we'll go with 85. Which he was hanging out with. There's a missing person in Western Pennsylvania, Sherry Mahan. So maybe they were together.
They were. Oh, really? Okay. All right. Let's see. 1985. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's
only one number off.
Yeah, one letter. Yeah, the date is a decade too late for the reported encounter. It was 1975. The event famously took place on November 5th, 1975. All right. Well, that was you didn't. That's dates are always tough.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Let's go to number 2. What was the primary occupation of Travis Walton at the time of the incident? A, forestry worker. B, stunt double for a tree. C, professional Bigfoot hunter. Or D, a full-time glitter manufacturer.
Oh, man. I'm going to go with A on this one, forestry worker.
Not even going to take the hint. He's jumping right in there.
Oh, well, let's hear the hint. I mean, is the hints optional?
It's up to you. I won't give the hint unless you want the hint. So
let's take the hint. Let's see.
Consider the environment where the event reportedly took place, which you are not so positive on. So,
oh yeah, I mean,
maybe it was Los Angeles.
Yeah, and glitter in 75 was pretty big in LA.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. I mean, maybe he was worked for the village people. We don't know.
Well, you gave away Arizona, so to me, that's going to roll out Bigfoot. I don't think Bigfoot's going to stay in the desert. So I'm going to stick with my answer. I'm going to stay with A, forestry worker.
Forestry worker, yes.
Yes.
That's right. Walton was working with a logging crew in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest. So good. You're 1-1. Come back here. Fantastic. Number 3. How many days was Travis Walton missing following the encounter? Was it A, 5 days, B, 12 days, C, 2 days, or D, long enough to miss his favorite TV show?
Now, depending on the day of the week that the TV show happened, any one of those this could be like an A and a D situation. This could be a 2 answer. So let's see the hint, though.
All right. Recall the duration mentioned as the period leading up to his reappearance. That doesn't help you at all.
No, that'd be like you previously told me already. And
yeah, I didn't read the thing because it would tell you in that.
Oh, it's true. Okay, let's go with. See, I do think D, probably missed his show, But let's see. He's you don't like that. You don't like me picking that one. You like
No,
AB.
no, I'm just going up and down here. That's all.
Let's go the distance. We'll go 12 days, which would also be D too. So
B,
B
12 days. Let's see
B
what
and
happens.
D. Yeah.
Reveal it. Oh. Overestimated the length of time he was actually reported missing. 5 days. Walton reappeared on the side of a highway 5 days after the incident.
Well, I mean,
that's a long time, though.
If the TV show's on a Tuesday, he disappeared on a Wednesday, he's home by Monday. He's not going to miss the show at all.
That's true. Maybe he wasn't gone long enough.
Yeah.
2-1. That's okay. You're still in the game.
All right.
Let's go on to the next question.
Oh, we didn't say what happens if I lose out.
Oh no, you don't get to brag about it. That's
you're kicked off. You're off. The show ends.
The show ends. That's right. I pull a lever. And so number 4, which film is famously based on the accounts of Travis Walton's case? Is it A, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, B, Aliens in My Backyard, C, Fire in the Sky, or D, The Tree Chopper's Unfortunate Vacation?
Oh man, those longer ones always get me. The TCUV they call it. That's how the
That's
kids.
Right, the TCUV, exactly. I think they made a cartoon out of it as well.
In the TCUV universe, Travis Walton has appeared. Let's go with. I
got a hint if you want it. It's
let's go. Okay, I will take the hint. Let's take the hint.
The title refers to the intense aerial light witnessed by the crew.
See, I already rolled out A. I didn't think because that movie's about Reese Pieces.
Phone home, E.T. phone home.
Yeah. So I'll go with C. Fire in the
Sky.
Fire
in the Sky. He goes with C. All right. Oh. Wait, where's my sound effect? There we go.
Cha-ching.
That's right. Fire in the Sky, the 1993 movie, dramatized the abduction narrative, specifically the scenes aboard the craft.
I think also Val Kilmer plays Jim Morrison in that movie.
That's right. No, it was Light My Fire in the Sky.
Light My Fire in the Sky.
That's right. Come on, baby, light my fire in the sky. All right. We'll go to the next question. Number 5. What is the primary argument used by skeptics to explain the incident as a hoax? Some people don't believe Travis.
Okay.
A, they simply got lost on the way to lunch. B, financial incentives regarding a logging contract. C, to hide a secret society membership. Or D, they were hiding from an angry squirrel.
Ooh, those are 4 solid answers. I'm going to take the hint on this one.
All right. Think about the pressures of logging crew might face under professional deadlines.
Oh, I mean, if you're under pressure, you might get lost for lunch. Go have a liquid lunch.
That's right. That's right.
That could be a problem.
Sap? They had a bunch of sap, is what you're saying?
they just got stuck. They tried to pump gas.
Yeah.
They got stuck to the nozzle.
Wow, this is very sticky. We can't go anywhere.
Let's go with B.
B? All right. Let's see what happens. That is correct.
Cha-ching.
Critics argue the story was fabricated to avoid penalties for failing to meet contract deadlines. I said falling because it's about trees.
Yeah, tree falling.
Tree falling, exactly. All right, you're ahead 3-2. You got 2 more questions
Will
to
it last?
go. You could blow it still, or you could make it.
All right.
Here we go. Number 6. How did investigators primarily attempt to verify the truthfulness of the crew's testimony? A, checking their logs for aliens in the notes. Logs is in written logs, not the logs that they were cutting. B, by asking nicely for the truth. C, consulting a magic 8-ball, or D, by conducting polygraph tests.
Oh, I think I have an answer on this one, but the hint will push me over the top.
All right. Consider the common, albeit controversial, method used to test if someone is lying.
Oh, well, I mean, I go to the 8-ball all the time.
Yeah, and that tells you. It'll tell you if you're lying. It says,
And there's that TikTok trend about be nice. So, asking nicely is an effective tool as well. Let's go with D, conducting polygraph tests.
All right, that's right. You're doing it.
Cha-ching.
Got 4-2. It looks like you're going to win this one.
Uh-oh.
The crew's testimony was subjected to multiple polygraph examinations during the investigation. All right, you've won this. It's 4-2. You can't lose, even if you get this next one wrong. But let's just ask it just for fun.
All right.
Number 7, why did Travis Walton later suggest the beings took him aboard the craft? Was it A, to update his software, B, to provide medical aid or resuscitation, C, to study his fashion sense, or D, they needed help with their taxes?
Ooh. Let's go to that clue one. These aren't as solid as answers as the last question.
I've got a hint if you want it.
Let's go for it. Let's do the hint.
Consider if the intent was malicious or restorative.
Well, let's see. I mean, I don't know how he dressed.
Like a logger, I'm guessing. I don't know. Lumberjack.
Yeah, that's right. There's the burlap pants.
That's right. Burlap pants.
How about let's go with to provide medical aid or resuscitation.
Oh, there you go. B is that's correct. That's right. Walton has speculated that they may have been attempting to heal or resuscitate him after a previous injury. Well, thank you, Jeff. You've won. Quiz. Good job, Jeff. And we're gonna let's listen to this real quick.
Mondo Freako.
This is Ryan Frank from the Baggage Podcast, and you're listening to Mondo Freako.
Yeah, I'm Ryan for the Baggage because I talked whenever it happens. So
you're all knowing, all seeing,
everybody. Well, hey, congratulations on winning the quiz. Those things are not that easy to win because there's a lot of curveballs in there and also just a lot of nonsense.
Yeah, great quiz. I enjoyed it.
You got to go through all the nonsense to get these things. So let me tell you about Travis Walton. I'll give you the lowdown.
The gist.
Here we go. I want to read this too. Let's see if I had some music for this. Let's see. No, I don't. Okay. I used to have some music and then it kept giving me copyright strikes, so I stopped using it, even though it was not something that should be copyright struck, if that makes sense.
Sure. I could hum Amazing Grace or something if you want.
If you want to, but I don't think that would really be fitting. But
I don't.
All right. So let me tell you about Travis Walton's incident. So the Travis Walton incident is one of the most famous and debated accounts of alien abduction in modern history. On November 5th, 1975, in the Apache Sitgraves National Forest near Heber, Arizona, 22-year-old forestry worker Travis Walton and his 6-man logging crew reported encountering a bright, saucer-shaped object hovering near the ground. According to the crew, when Walton approached the craft, he was struck by a powerful beam of light and that rendered him unconscious, prompting the terrified crew to flee the scene. When they returned shortly after to search for him, Walton had vanished, leading to a massive search effort and suspicion that his coworkers had murdered him. 5 days later, Walton reappeared on the side of the highway, disoriented and malnourished, claiming he had been taken aboard an extraterrestrial craft, examined by non-human being, and eventually returned. While Walton and his crew members had consistently maintained their story over the decades, often pointing to their success in various polygraph tests, skeptics, including the late UFO investigator Philip J. Klass, have argued that the event was an elaborate hoax orchestrated to avoid financial penalties for failing to meet a logging contract deadline. The case, which served as an inspiration for the 1993 film Fire in the Sky, remains a polarizing fixture in UFO lore, representing a stark divide between those who accept the testimony as a genuine encounter and those who view it as a manufactured narrative. Now, having heard all that, and you're all brushed up on the Travis Walton, what's your thoughts?
Well, I wish now I know it's 5 days. So he could have been home definitely in time for the TV show.
That's true. That's true. He wasn't going to miss Maude back in 75 or Chico and the Man.
Yeah, Matlock was it's just a crazy story. You talk about, there is some thing happening with some sort of negotiation that we learned about. So, if they're trying to defer conversations or make the logging company wait until they can have that final discussion, disappearing for a while isn't a bad excuse. And then you rise again on the 5th day, just like Easter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, very got some Jesus overtones going on there, doesn't it?
Yeah,
5 days and all. It's interesting. So would you say that you are on the side that Travis maybe is telling us a fib?
Well, I don't know. 1975. There's some crazy things were still happening. You're coming out of the 60s with wild psychedelics and other drugs, and you already hinted at disco was a thing. So you combine psychedelics with the disco balls. Travis could have had a 5-day bender and just called it aliens
out in the national forest.
Yeah.
I think we found some ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Or some shrooms. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. See, now the to me, and now I'm going to take point counterpoint here. This to me is one of the most believable abduction cases. So he wasn't abducted alone. He wasn't just like wandering out in the forest. There was 5 other people who witnessed him get struck by a light and go up into a ship. And they've all maintained this, and they all passed polygraphs because originally on the 5 days when Travis was gone, they were all being investigated for murdering him.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you see a ship in the woods and hovering, and you're like, Travis is like, hey, hold my beer. I'm going to go check this thing out. And then he just disappears. You're like, uh-oh. You're framed for murder.
So, yeah. And I think there was a point, if you delve, I mean, we had a pretty cursory glance into the story, but if you delve deeper into the story, they were really worried that they were going to get pinned with murdering him, his crewmates, because there was such an investigation going on with all of the local authorities, and they were starting to bump it up the chain a little bit, right? And so there was these people were really quite scared that this was going to become, they were going to be wrapped up in this. If he didn't show up at some point in time, then they were going to go to jail. And I guess to the credit of his workmates, which I find this is to me is just as interesting as the abduction itself, is not one of the 5 broke and said, yeah, Jeff did it.
It was me.
Which could have easily happened whenever you're kind of under that kind of scrutiny, that eventually, whether it's true or not, somebody breaks and they just point the finger at whoever they don't like the most. And so I think that it's kind of an interesting psychological test that happened back then, where they all kind of stuck to their guns and went through the process, and they're all being watched and investigated heavily. And then the guy just shows up out of nowhere in a different town, nowhere near where he disappeared. And he, the more of the story is he kind of awoken in the woods and made his way to this town and used a payphone to, I think, call somebody collect, which nobody knows what any of that means right now as I just said that. But there used to be pay phones where you'd have to pay to call somebody. And if you didn't have any money, you'd have to call what was called collect, where the other person had to pay. Can you imagine?
Yeah, you'd have to hurry up. So like the operator would pick up and say, you'd say, I'd like to make a collect call. And they're like, what's your name? Yep. And Travis is like, I've been abducted by aliens and I need to get picked up. And
that's right. That's right.
You had to make your name whatever you needed, so that
right,
because the person you were calling collect was just going to hang up on you anyway.
Right. Exactly. Because then if they hung up on you, they didn't have to accept the charges. And so,
you imagine if 5 of them or 4 of the 5 had ganged up and pinned it on me, or like one person. Imagine how awkward Monday morning would have been when they're all there and Travis shows up.
Shows up.
You guys pinned murder on me.
That's right. We all said it was Jeff. He didn't want to go to Burger King on that day for lunch, and we did, and he took us over to Rallies. I don't know in your area if you got those, but and so then we ratted him out, said he was the murderer.
I do think stories from 50 years ago where he was beamed up and then taken to another town far away. It seems less believable now that we have GPS and we have cell phones that tell us exactly where we're at. You would think alien technology could get you back to the point where they picked you up at, that you don't need to get, they know where you're at. They can pinpoint your location.
Well, that's a good question, because I think the other thing, and if you read about alien abductees, is a lot of times people will say after they've been abducted, whenever they get replaced, their clothes are on wrong. And they're like, assume that the aliens have no idea how clothes work. They just know that, it's kind of like they don't pay attention when they get you. And then they just kind of throw things back on you randomly because they knew they were on you, but no one took the time to, map it out, how they were on you. So your shirt's backwards, or your underwear's on the outside of your pants.
Sock puppets.
Yeah, whatever. And then they send you back down. So that's interesting. But Travis Walton, to this day, he does talks, and to this day he still talks about his story and says that this really happened.
Oh, you got to take him at his word till you can figure out otherwise.
That's a long time. That's a long time to be, going along with a logging scam.
Yeah. Like going to the moon, right? The same thing. Yeah, they put that story on for 70 years.
The Artemis? You don't think the Artemis went to the moon, Jeff?
It was all in a Hollywood studio. Everybody knows.
Yeah. That's a whole other show. That's a whole other show. So if it was you and you got abducted and you were put yourself in Travis's shoes, what do you do to try to, would you try to convince people? Would you say, I'm just joking, just joshing you? Or how would you handle a situation like that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely try to party with the aliens and see if I could push some buttons on the ships and stuff. But when I came back down, I would keep that story going. It's definitely, even if nobody believes you or thinks you're crazy, you can talk all about that at every party you go to. For the rest of your life, you got yourself a story, and people can decide on their own, like if they believe you or not. But if he believes it, he knows what happened, and he's going to continue telling that story, not suppress it. Then good for him. Live your best self.
Well, hey, look at that. So you would do that then? You basically would cash this in for free drinks.
Oh yeah, for the rest of my life. You never have to buy a drink again. I didn't even think about that. That's another bonus.
I'd be like, you'd be like, hey, somebody walk. Hey, aren't you Jeff that got abducted out in the woods? And you're like, hey, buy me a beer. I'll tell you all about it.
I'll tell you all about it. And then they tried to pin murder on me. Can you believe that?
Right. It's right. Then they try to say I murdered myself.
Yeah.
How's that work?
Yeah, Travis did it. Say, man.
You're going to have free. What was it? Parmesan? No, Primati Brothers sandwiches for life.
That's right. I always say get the pastrami. It's the best one.
The pastrami. Here, I'll bring that picture back up here if I can. So
that's what we could do. Guess the flavor of sandwich.
Yeah, there we go. Let me throw that back up there. Ignore the JD Vance business, but just look at the sandwich.
That's the pastrami. I can tell by the dark edges on the slice.
Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. Primanti, there is a small theater in Torontonian that needs some sponsorship.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that you could, pretty much get it for a song, really.
Yeah. They're still, I think even with inflation, I think they're still only around like $8.
Yeah. See, you might be able to, maybe you can sell sandwiches out of there too.
Yeah.
While people are there.
I'm game.
So Jeff, hang on for just a second. We're going to hear from a couple of people and then we'll wrap it up here.
All right. Is it Travis?
What in the bloody hell is Mondo Freako, and why would I listen to it?
Hi, I'm Robert from State of the Unknown podcast. You're listening to Mondo Freako.
Mondo Freako. There you go. A lot of Mondo Freako talk there.
It's the talk of the town.
Talk of the town.
Talk of Kecksburg, they say.
The acorn. That's right. So everybody, check out Paduti in the News. If you're in the area, utilize the space. It's there for the taking. Well, not the taking, but the renting.
You can try.
You could rent it, and you could do, role-playing games with your friends across the country.
Hey, that can work. I'll reposition.
Have you thought about that?
No, I'd love to do it. I'd love to. You give me an idea, I can make it happen. Let's figure it out.
I know there's a place. I live in a little town. I don't live in St. Louis proper. I live outside of it, but there's the little place in town that is basically just like a role-playing place. They sell games, and you can go there and play. So
yeah, we have a place in the town next door. The town next door is the birthplace of aluminum. It's where Alcoa was founded, and they have it's called the Feisty Goblin, and they do like these tournaments on the weekend with like 80 to 100 people that all buy like these special packs to play a certain version of a certain game, and they're crushing it. They've built a really nice business. So I'll take some of that spillover.
Yeah, there you go. So, I mean, find out, if they hate Magic the Gathering or something, then you become the Magic the Gathering place. So
that's right.
I don't know which one they hate. You'll have to figure that one out.
Yeah.
But,
like I'll do like choose your own adventure.
There you go. There you go. And by the way, and you see those seats behind Jeff, one of them, or maybe more than one, underneath, coupon for a sandwich.
Free sandwich. You gotta be in there to get it.
You gotta be there. You gotta sit to play.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, thank you very much for doing this tonight. I hope you had some fun. I did. And everybody, check out Paduti and Paduti in the News, and make sure you Paduti at least once a day for your health.
It's the best with doctors. 4 out of 5 dentists recommend having a Paduti.